Well, hello! I haven't put a video out in a while, and there's a pretty good reason for that. I've been doing some thinking and trying to figure out exactly how I want to broach this topic. It's something I've gotten a lot of feedback from on my Twitch channel, and I've been considering doing something similar on my YouTube channel or doing a second channel, but I did want to at least broach the topic, the subject, whatever it may be, about why my Twitch looks a little different these days. So let's get into that. Okay, so when I started on both of these channels, many people recognized me from this beautiful pink face, Cupcake. Or if you came here in the super olden days, Helly, who is retired because she got a little banged up and I haven't really figured out what I want to do yet. So, what is the big change? Well, if you've been on my Twitch streams, you might have noticed this is the VTuber rig I am using now. And a few of you are like, wait, but where did the furry go? You might have also noticed an anime girl placeholder while I was waiting for that one to be completed. And I got a lot of questions like, are you leaving the fandom? Are you not a furry anymore? What is going on? So, to answer those questions, I am still a furry. I am not leaving the fandom. Don't worry. However, there was a really interesting sentence structure that I was introduced to by a few colleagues of mine and by, people I care about around me that saw my channel kind of dying, I think is the nicest way to put it, just stalling. And we had a discussion and there was this sentence that was brought up. Do you want to be a furry streamer or a furry who streams? And as much as I loved being a furry streamer and, being a pink dog on the internet, I had to really think about it. Did I want to be known as a furry streamer or as a furry that also created content and streamed on different platforms? And what that entailed is understanding just how niche certain things are. Some of you guys may have realized, if you've actually been to my Twitch, that my primary game is Final Fantasy XIV. Now, while that game is gaining a lot of traction, in no small part by a lot of bigger WoW creators jumping ship, it is still very niche to stream. It is a MMO or an MMORPG, I don't know where you'd class it, and those games tend to be a little bit harder to get new people on board. It's very story-driven, it's not a pew-pew, shoot-shoot, fast adrenaline rush. It's not like starting up on, say, like Apex or COD or something where it's fast, where maybe the fact that you're a furry doesn't super matter because you're just pew-pewing so fast that people are just on board and excited. It's not really a fighting game. It's not like Tekken or Street Fighter where you're going punchy, fast, and there's a lot of fast movement on screen to get people like amped up. It's more of a slow roll. Raids are exciting, but like daily tasks and questing and going through the story, it's a little slower. So I had to think about it. If furry is inherently a niche, and 14 and MMOs are also inherently a niche, do I want to double niche myself, or do I want to make my Twitch channel that primarily deals with this MMO be more MMO focused and oriented? At first, I was a little resistant because I do absolutely love the way I look. However, I also understood that any quote-unquote normie dropping in to check out 14 content might not necessarily be a furry. And given how furries are perceived by the outside world sometimes, that could cause some potential new viewers to back out before they've even had a chance to see the content. So I made kind of a hard decision. I decided that the best middle ground for me was to make a new VTuber that was my 14 character, so it had contextual relevance to the game. And the way I would preserve Cupcake and Flitwick, my two primary suits right now, is to have them as itty bitty cute little plushies in the pockets, so that anyone who came to the stream would still have the recognition of like, okay, this is still Ragehound, I can see the character right there. But anyone new would get it from the context of, yes, this is a 14 streamer. They play a Viera, the bunny girl class that you can do or race or whatever. And, that would be perhaps less, what's the right word here? Less bad for new viewers coming in. There would be enough contextual relevance of like things that they would expect from the game and things they would expect from other streamers of the same type. It wouldn't be a big aggressive change. So how is that working out? Well, since switching to a more humanoid rig, I have noticed that there are more new viewers coming into my streams that actually have a vested interest in the game and actually discuss the game. Previously, using a furry rig, I was often plagued, as many furries are, by side conversations and ooh-woos and cute fursuit comments and ooh-woo-woo-woo all the way through the chat, and the quality of conversations was kind of shit. It was really hard to stream. One thing that helps me keep going while I'm streaming is people asking questions, asking how my day was, asking questions about the class I'm playing, or perhaps the raid I'm doing, or going, ooh, are you planning to do this new piece of content when it drops for the game you are actually playing? See what I mean? What makes it hard is when you just have a side conversation in your chat where you kind of just see people ooh-wooing at each other and not really giving a crap about your content, or just referencing other furries in your chat because furry stream means we can talk about other furries, furry. Nothing relevant to the game makes it really hard to go for the long stream times that I often do. I typically go 3 to 5 hours. When that happens, I can maybe make it 2 hours before I'm just like, all right, my brain is completely smooth now. I am tired. I'm done. Deuces. So that's kind of what I've noticed, and I'm not alone. For those who watched other quote-unquote furry streamers, such as Buff Pup and Shia, may have noticed that both of those streamers have also started using more humanoid VTubers. I will look for them somewhere. I don't know if they're still using them. This is from me infrequently lurking and popping in just to see if I'm making the right decision, because I was really scared about doing this. I didn't know if I'd lose my entire fan base or if it would work. It was kind of coin toss, and so far it's working. It's really working, which is bizarre. But now that I've actually had time to reflect on it, it makes more sense. With 14 growing in popularity, I also don't want to lose out on some of those new viewers who are going to 14 streamers to re-experience content, get some advice on rotations, etc., because they're terrified by a pink dog in their face, which I understand. I understand people not being so cool with furries. The other way that I can use this change to introduce people to furries is if they don't initially know that I'm a furry and they start asking questions and they see the plushie, that conversation could eventually happen in the chat, and by then they've already made a connection and a bond, so the idea of furry isn't that off-putting anymore. This is something I've also considered doing on this channel, or either starting a second channel that is branded with the buddy character I use on Twitch. I don't know how you guys would feel about that. Please let me know if you think that would be a great idea, a bad idea, how you feel about it. I've tried putting some 14 content on here before. It does seem like you guys don't really give a shit, which does track for furries. To be honest, furries typically want to hear about furry shit all the furry time, but it is very exhausting to do that content 24/7. You do hit walls often because either your colleague has already done that. When I say colleague, I mean in the sense that all of us work on YouTube and know each other to some degree. So whoever gets like, that's not your colleague. YouTube is our workspace, and at this point we all freaking know each other, so I'm gonna use colleague. But yeah, what do you guys think? Have you seen other quote-unquote furry streamers or furries who stream switch over to more humanoid models, or more models that are oriented towards their chief game? Or what have you noticed? I would like to hear what you guys think. But anyways, that's just something I had to get off my chest. Hopefully it was helpful in explaining why my Twitch looks very different nowadays. And at any rate, have a great rest of your day. Bye!